Hi, welcome. This is the 6th update on the development of the game I'm making entirely on my own, and it's been a while since my last video, I know. 6 months, geez, how the time flies by. Anyway, here we are. So in this video I will be talking, of course, about the progress of the game and about what have I been doing all this time since we last spoke. My name is Villingor. We will continue after the intro. So now the game has some music tracks. Yeah! I will give you a sample of 3 of them soon. I wanted to create a soundtrack that sounds medieval Japanese-like, of course, but also make the tracks somewhat contemporary. I doubt traditional medieval Japanese music was created with video games in mind, so some adjustments seem appropriate. All the instruments used in composing the soundtrack are, though, traditional Japanese instruments. No distorted electric guitars, synth sounds or so. Let's hear the results. Track 1. I tried to make the music action-oriented. Also, this track is a little bit lighter in mood. Here is track 2. I tried to make each track distinctive style-wise, so to not make all the tracks sound the same, because variety. And here is the final track shown in this video. This track is made only with the drums. It makes for a good contrast with the rest of the tracks. Fresh! Now let's move from the video game soundtrack to the storyline. So the game, even though generally speaking is quite simple, will have a full story that is developed as the player progresses through the game. The first chapter of the story will be at the beginning of the game, and after every 10 levels of the game the player completes, a new chapter of the story will be revealed. I will read now the first chapter. It is some 20 to 30 minutes long, so here we go. I'm kidding, don't worry. I know too well the suffering caused by long, unnecessary, unskippable walls of text at the beginning and through the game, so I always try to keep the story short and sweet. So here it is. An uneventful night, as many. You and your companions, young ninjas, stand guard at the edge of your clan's territory. Signals of warning break the morning silence. You see enemy ninjas approaching in staggering numbers, an attack on a scale far beyond anything you had ever seen. What is the meaning of this? No time for answers. Suddenly, you are in the middle of a battlefield. And that would be it as far as the video game progress. On the personal side of things, what have I been doing for the last 6 months of not making any videos? Well, apart from resting, I was also researching and thinking on how to multiply you, my audience. I do not want to spend time on videos that nobody is interested in. So I read books, watched videos, listened to podcasts to get some advice. One advice I came across, and that I will take to heart, is one from Neale Donald Walsch, this guy. His advice for success is, your life is not about you, it's about all others whose life you touch. And this is such a radical lifestyle change. Applying the above principle when making a joke, for example, means the difference between showing off, like, look at me, how great, intelligent and funny I am, or observing what others find funny and interesting, thinking what would make their day lighter, brighter, being of service to others. So tell me in the comment section below, what do you like about these videos of mine? What not? Let me be your humble servant. Even though this doesn't mean I'm giving up on myself either, I will also follow my passion, my interests, and thus choose my audience. So bug off with your off-topic requests. Another thing that has changed in my life is that now I'm vegan. I touch myself and yes, I'm vegan. For 5 months now. It's such a strange thing, being called vegan. It feels like being an alien. The thing is, when I was eating the usual predominant Western diet, I was never going around saying, I'm an omnivore. Omnivore is weird as vegan, you see. There's a thing when making a sudden switch with veganism like I did, and that is a lot of gases. In my case, like passing gases 100 times a day. So inevitably, one observes farts more closely. There are those silent, controlled, dignified ones like... Then after a while there are those wild and loose like, I don't care. Then those unsure of themselves, of their identity, like... And so on. This is it for this update. Ending it with some classy jokes, as usual. It's been nice talking to you. See you in the next one.